Darryon Williams, 4-star FSU receiver, committed at Tampa Plant. You're committed to the Noles, but Florida is recruiting you as well. Are those really the primary two schools involved right now, or is there anybody else still in the mix?
As of right now, it's still FSU and UF.
Okay, how tight is it at the top?
I'd say pretty tight.
Okay.
And, Miami's a little bit in there, but like I'm still situating it out right now. I'm not sure.
I just watched your first day of practice for the spring, and FSU's receivers coach is out here, Coach Harris. What's your relationship like with him?
We're becoming closer and closer every day. You know, it's gonna take time because like he did just come in, like they got a whole new staff, so like I'm kind of like building new relationships with the whole staff, trying to get that connection. You know, and I think it's going pretty well. And like from here where we at, I think it's gonna continue to grow.
What is FSU's big message to you, and about how you would fit into their offense?
Their big message to me is they just want me to keep working, man. You know, get better every day, each and every day, work on my techniques, you know, fundamentals and everything. Well, I think they want to fit me in like a slot, like a speedy guy, a guy that like scares the whole defense, you know what I mean?
Okay. What's Florida's big message to you, the Gators?
That's the same thing. They want to speed, you know.
And you're known as a speed guy. I think your best 100 meters time is 10.7 seconds. Does that sound about right? With Florida, who is your closest relationship with on the Gators staff?
I'd say Billy G.
Coach Gonzalez?
Yes, sir.
All right, what do you think about him?
I like him a lot, you know. I like Coach just the same.
Coach Harris, FSU, you're
Harris.
pointing to. So Coach Harris of FSU, Coach Billy Gonzalez of Florida. What is Billy Gonzalez? You know, a lot of receivers that we interview talk about his resume with receivers.
Right.
What do you think of him as a coach?
I think he's a pretty chill dude, you know, like his resume speaks a lot for him, you know what I mean? Getting a lot of top of the guys that came out of high school to the next level, you know what I mean? Like first round pick, so I think his resume just like says a lot about him, you know what I mean?
Did you get up to Gainesville to watch spring practice?
Yes.
What did you think about watching him coach up close?
I can say that he's like really right now focusing to like the underclassmen. You know, I like that about a coach, you know what I mean? Because like when underclassmen come in, they have like this big problem of like, oh, how am I get on the field? Oh, I'm gonna learn the plays, this, that. But like he's so focused and in tune them, like the freshmen are getting out there on the field, like knowing a place like this.
Who really impressed you out at the Gators practice among the receivers?
I would say Dallas Wilson and Waltez Clark.
And Waltez Clark, I should point out, is your former teammate here
Yes,
at Tampa Plant. He was an early enrollee, just got to Gainesville in January. What has he told you about his Florida Gators experience so far?
Well, I went for a shadow day. I went to go shadow him one day, and like, it's pretty smooth. He said he likes it there. It's pretty smooth. Like, he wouldn't choose anywhere else. But,
Could you picture yourself playing for Florida?
I could picture myself playing almost anywhere, you know?
Okay. Well, what is it specifically about Florida that has them up there with FSU right now? Because, again, we need to point out you are committed to Florida State.
Right.
So what is it about Florida?
I mean, it's close to home, you know. If I was to stay home, if I choose to stay home, those are two schools like FSU and UF. They're like close, you know.
All right, FSU has your commitment. Florida is next. How close are the two?
I just say it's gonna come down to like the last couple of weeks coming up to my OVs and see where I go.
So
I mean, I'm still committed 100% to FSU, but like, you know, I gotta keep my options open, you know, because anything can happen.
when is your official visit to FSU?
Well, I want to say June 13th.
Okay, and Florida's is the week before?
June 6th.
And you think after those two visits you'll have enough clarity to kind of make a final decision?
Right.
Okay. What is the best thing about Florida State?
Best thing about Florida State, Coach Norvell.
Okay, and the best thing about Florida, you were saying proximity to home, but anything else?
Nothing much, really. I just love Coach Norvell. He's just funny.
You just love Coach Norvell?
Yeah,
What about Florida, though?
Florida, I love Coach Billy. Like, Coach Billy, him and Coach Norvell, like, they kind of, like, remind me of each other a little bit, but, like, here's Coach Norvell, and here's Coach Billy. But they had two different, like, levels, though, of excitement, though. Like, I just like being around them, too.
You mean Coach Billy Napier?
No.
Coach Billy Gonzalez, okay.
Billy G.
What about your relationship with Billy Napier? Do you have much of a relationship with him right now?
Not right now, really. I'm still, like, building, you know. I'm building
Okay.
relationships because, you know, that's the key to this recruiting.
Final decision would be when? When do you hope to be totally done with this? You said after your official visits, but
I want
could
to
it
say
be
after my official visits.
okay, like right after, or could it stretch into the summer, or you think you'll be ready to shut it down at that point?
I would say, like, stretch into the summer, you know. I still got to think, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ready? Got that D1. Got that D1. Yeah, you set. Baby, strike and drive. Strike. Speed. Run. Hey, there we go. Run. High. There we go.
What kind of prospect do you think Darryon Williams is? He could play receiver, he could play defensive back. The schools that are at the top of his list right now, Florida State, which he's committed to in Florida, see him as a receiver. What do you think?
I mean, I think for us, he's an all-around guy, and I think his skill set lends himself to be that way. Whether he's playing offense, defense, or special teams, the attributes he brings and the skills he brings to each of those different units is really, it puts you in a great place to succeed. I can see why those guys see that on offense. I mean, one, his speed, his ability to run routes, his ability to block, his aggressive nature in that sense, as well as securing the football and running it, and then breakaway speed, but also in the secondary, he plays aggressive, loves getting pressed up or playing in zone and putting it on these guys and using his cover skills and his athletic ability to win there. And then the return game, he's a difference maker, right? Whether it's punt or kick return, he really takes care of the ball, takes care of it well. And then again, you go back to one of his best attributes, his speed. He's able to break away and take it to the end zone.